Some unfortunate news out of Ohio State today. Devin Brown, the quarterback, is not going to be playing in the spring game. It sounds like he's getting surgery on a finger on his throwing hand, and it's not serious to the degree where, oh my gosh, is Devin Brown going to miss the entire season? Is he done for a period of time? It's not that serious. It sounds like it'll just be a minor recovery. We'll be ready for the time that fall camp rolls around, is what I have been told, but it's definitely not ideal. Think about it this way. Whenever you're just behind in a race, if you were to pull your hamstring, you're probably not winning that race. And that's kind of the situation that it sounds like we have right now in Columbus. Kyle McCord came into the spring. People I talked to said, hey, it's Kyle McCord's job to lose. Been around a long time. He's earned his shot at this thing. He's going to probably start out as the front runner. Done nothing to lose that front runner status. Doesn't sound like Devin Brown has done anything to really make a move in that competition to pass Kyle McCord. But if he was going to do it, you would have hoped it would be in the spring game. Could have made a statement in the spring game, and now he won't get the opportunity to do it. So the way that it looks is this probably decides what the quarterback battle is going to end up looking like into fall camp. Now, Ryan Day, y'all know how he does things. He's not going to name a quarterback the starter likely until fall camp. Maybe August, early August. You could probably expect us to get a little better gauge for this. But here's what I'm saying. If Kyle McCord goes out and has a good spring game, somewhere in the range of a couple of touchdowns, let's say he's just efficient in command of the offense, looks like the dude, looks like the part. It may not be decided internally. Ryan Day may not make that decision public either, but there will be an overwhelming consensus that, yeah, man, it's probably Kyle McCord. It's probably Kyle McCord. So then your head starts spinning as an Ohio State fan because you're happy to have Kyle McCord as your starter if he ends up winning the job. But you start thinking, man, Devin Brown, he's a 5-star. We don't want to lose that guy on our roster. Is Devin Brown going to transfer if he sees the writing on the wall and he's not the starter? That was originally, just by using common sense, the way that I had kind of looked at this thing. After talking to people closer to Ohio State, there's maybe a little bit more to that. Now, make sure you subscribe to the On3 YouTube channel. Ohio State Buckeye fans, we have had a ton of y'all join us here in the last week or so. So, one, thank you. Two, welcome home. If you haven't yet subscribed, no time like the present to join the party. We talk college football here every single day. We're going to talk about your Buckeyes, I promise you. Also, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, at JD Piquel. So the reason why there is some belief that Devin Brown would not enter the portal, at least in that second spring window, again, April 15th, April 30th, after spring practice kind of wraps up, there's going to be another window for guys to jump in the portal. The concern would be if Devin Brown's not going to be the guy or doesn't believe he's going to be the guy, it doesn't look like he's going to be the guy, maybe he tests the portal waters. The feeling is for Devin Brown that he would give it a little bit longer. Like, he's not a guy that's just looking to go jump in the portal and jump at the next best opportunity, believes he's got to play right away. That's the way that it feels based on what I have heard talking to people close to Ohio State. And if I'm Devin Brown, I have to ask myself the very serious question. It's an age-old question. Is one in the hand versus two in the bush? Is 1 year at Ohio State worth 2 years somewhere else? Is it better for him to go start somewhere tomorrow at a different school that's not Ohio State? Here's what I would say for Ohio State. We've all seen this. It just takes one good year at a place like Ohio State to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish professionally. You go do it in the scarlet and gray, go play in the shoe, go play on that kind of stage against that kind of competition with that kind of pedigree coming into the NFL draft. You do it for 1 year, it's all you need, man. Is one good year at Ohio State worth 2 good years at, I don't know, insert whatever school you want to insert there? If you want to start after spring practice, maybe it's a G5 school. Now, the one school that I would keep an eye on, this is sort of going against my point here, Auburn's going to take somebody in the second spring portal window. They're going to take somebody. Is Devin Brown jumping in the portal and does Auburn have a chance to get him? I don't believe that. But Ohio State, given their pedigree, given what they offer at Ohio State, makes a whole lot of sense for Devin Brown to stick it out. Now, what really could impact this is if Kyle McCord goes into the fall, let's say he ends up winning the job, Devin Brown sticks around, he's going to be the backup, and Kyle McCord, through the first couple of games, you start to get a feel for, hey, he's a good quarterback. He's probably going to be a guy that has to stay 2 years here. then the gears start turning. Then you start thinking, okay, hey, I don't know if I'm down to sit 2 years. We just had this whole conversation. You can do it in 1 year at Ohio State, so that's worth staying for. But if I'm not going to start for another 2 years and I got to sit behind even longer, then maybe there's that thought of, hey, I'm a 5-star. I'm one of the best players in the country out of my cycle. Nationally, that's pretty much the consensus. Might be time to go test the water somewhere else. Now, there's also some feeling around Ohio State that Kyle McCord may shoot up draft boards. And when you look at just the way that this Ohio State offense is built, sure, you lose some key pieces on the O-line, but look at who Kyle McCord is throwing to. I mean, y'all, I'm washed up now. I was like a wildcat quarterback in college at times. Like, that's the closest I got to being a college quarterback. I could compete some passes to Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka and Julian Fleming. Like, go down the line here. They got some guys that whoever plays quarterback there is going to be set up for success. So I think the ideal situation for Devin Brown, like I just said, is he comes out, wheeling and dealing. He's really good. He ends up setting himself up for the NFL draft this coming season. And then it's your job the next year. That's a situation where you could see Devin Brown sticking around. But going back to what this is all about, the fact that he's not able to play in the spring game hurts him because he's not able to try and make a move against Kyle McCord and be able to throw his hat in the ring in a very public setting in a essentially the biggest practice of the spring, if you want to look at it that way. I mean, it's 11-on-11. Competition will not lie to you. And the spring game is the most black and white competition we're going to get in terms of seeing what you did in a competitive setting. So for Devin Brown, very, very unfortunate that he's not going to be able to play in the spring game. But I would not just say that this is going to be Devin Brown to the portal if he doesn't end up starting this year at Ohio State. So we'll keep an eye on this. Ohio State Buckeye fans, like I said, make sure you're locked in here, man. Got a lot to talk about. We talk college football here on this very platform every single day. We'll be live tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about the spring football game that is set to go down at Ohio State. Don't want you to miss it. So make sure you got your clock set for that. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.